Hello, my name is Sam, Father Samba. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my albums. So, if you are a fan of the channel, you probably know that I had an ongoing music project called All About Girls, All About Boys. So, this is a 2 volume album, and then you can check it out either on Spotify, Apple Music, you can check it out on YouTube as well. I just want to take some time to talk about the album as well as give a little insight on each individual song. So this video is going to be about Volume 1, came out in November of 2024. I'm going to go through each song and try not to bore the crap out of you. So the first song, the opener, To My Friends, this one is the first song that I wrote specifically for the project. I mean, sure, some songs I wrote before, but this is one I specifically wrote for All About Girls, All About Boys. So this one kind of discusses love languages. There are different types like physical touch, gift giving, words of affirmation, acts of service. This one's specifically about the words of affirmation. Because with me, I don't say I love you to friends. I say it to one person, usually, and that happens to be my girlfriend. Saying to friends is just weird to me. And this is written for a specific friend of mine who would always say, I love you, man, and I wouldn't say it back because it's weird for me to say. It doesn't come naturally. And part of it just stems back from back in the day. I had a messy breakup, and I went through a phase where I just did not believe in love. I was very, very insufferable at that time. But, to this day, I'm very limited on who I say I love you to. And, yeah, some other insight was this friend had a falling out with a friend, which it was so long ago that the person was able to make up, and it's not as big of a problem. But it happened right when I wrote the song, so it will forever be remembered for that. Okay, Afraid of Fire is about a friend of mine from college. So these first 2 songs were written about people I knew from college who were also subjects of the song Don't Leave Me. Oh, here's Samson. He might say hello. He might knock over my iPad. I hope he doesn't try to show his butt. But yeah, Afraid of Fire is about a friend of mine in college who she said that she was in a house fire growing up, and because of that, it kind of freaked her out. And yeah, the stuff that I brought up in the song, real life. She was in a fire, and then she had an uncle who was smoking, and he reeked of cigarettes one time while they were eating lunch, and it made her visibly uncomfortable. And then when she was in the dorm, she had a roommate, technically sweet mate, I should say, and the sweet mate had microwave popcorn, and it made the fire detector go off. There's smoke, and it kind of freaked her out, but she was able to keep her cool. So yeah, and then I guess you can say one theme of this is just a theme of loneliness from the writer, because a lot of the songs they mention not hearing or hanging out with people as much, which is just how it is when you graduate college. You're in the real world, you're working, it just takes up a lot of your time. Okay, the third one, Never in My Dreams, was about an ex of mine. This is one I dated. It was the summer going into freshman year of college. I started writing the song right around the time I was finishing up Songs of College, but I didn't finish it for that album, mainly because it would have messed up the pacing. I needed something more about the middle of college rather than just the start of it. Yeah, this song I did trim a couple of verses based off the stories that happened, but I don't want to go too deep into it because it was a while ago. I don't have any harsh feelings towards this person anymore. If this person reaches out, I'd be glad to talk to them again. But it's more I was writing about how I felt looking back at everything. And honestly, while I won't reach out to this person, I'm still glad that I was able to get the song written. And honestly, no hard feelings. Love Me Sometimes. This one's another song about X. This was written around the time I started writing songs for Songs of College. The thing is, I had to choose between that and Toxic Woman Blues to go on the album, and Toxic Woman Blues is what ended up being on the final Songs of College. Yeah, it's one of those things. Everything took place a while ago. I wrote the song a while back, but you know what? It fits the theme, and I needed songs to pad it out. It's one of those things. I don't have any hard feelings towards this person anymore, but I don't want to talk to them. Place ain't a person, so this is a song. Basically, so my girlfriend's family lived about an hour and some change away from Big Rapids. So the song is basically about how I would spend the weekends over at her house, and it was just a long drive. I had to drive probably like it was an hour and a half, and most of it was during rush hour. So it was a bit of a journey. And then, yeah, I meant to include a solo, which would have been "Can the Circle Be Unbroken." It's a public domain song, so they can't sue me for that. And then after that, Kids These Nights. I had the title for the song in my head for years, and I didn't know what to write. So this is about real people. Most of them are in my family. It's pretty straightforward. I don't need to go into too many details because I might get in trouble. Because these are written about real people. But yeah. And then the piano, the slightly out of tune piano, was my great grandpa's baby grand. It needs to be tuned, but who has the time? It's not where I live, so I can't be the one doing that. And I'm not gonna pay for that. And then When I'm With You, this was a song about my girlfriend. I wanted to write another good song. It was kind of happy. The song, it's definitely flawed from a technical standpoint because you can definitely hear voice cracks in my mouth, wetness, that. And then the solo that you hear is just Bach's Jesu Joy, but in a different key. Original was in G, my song's in E flat, so it's different. Not gonna get dinged for copyright there. Waiting, yeah, this one is a song kind of in the fallout of a breakup. After everything happens, but you're just closure, I don't want to get into too many details. Leaving on Sunday is about my sweet mate from college. Yeah. This was the opening lines. I heard everything you said, how you wish that I was dead. I had that part probably as soon as I moved out of the dorms, but I didn't finish the song until I got to this album. And yeah, this is one that it's kind of a somber song, but it's kind of a subtle song as well. Definitely underrated one. Step Back, Get Back was filled with me attempting to do an impression of Mick Jagger. You can consider it good or bad. I'm not that good at singing anyway, so I'm not going to compare myself to Mick Jagger, but the inflections. This song is about kind of combination of two people. Do you ever know someone who just keeps dating horrible people? That's essentially what the song was about, and just I can get in trouble with this because this song's written about a real person. They all are, so it might make me seem like a terrible person for calling this out, but the dude was 35, doesn't have a job, he's kind of a bum. Is it mean for me to call down a song? That's like, my friend is someone that I try to be protective over because I don't want her to be hurt. Okay, after that, Travel the World. This is a song about a friend of mine. He was actually on a couple episodes of my podcast. Evan, yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy, but it's mainly he didn't know what he wanted to do for his career. He was a education major, but he didn't want to be a teacher in a classroom. So yeah, and then his parents are very strict, kind of conformist. He didn't really like that because he's a little different from how they live and lifestyle wise. And then the solo is Power in the Blood. Notice a trend of just me stealing from the public domain. And then the end is Amazing Grace, which that was the first vocal part that I actually wrote. Oh, cat might be going away. Yep, and then the final song is All I Can Count On, which it's a really kind of a vulnerable song because it's essentially about how friends slowly just creep away from you. Things like they don't text you back or they just cancel plans on you. It's kind of a deep one. It's mainly written about one friend of mine that I'm one of those people, if you don't respond back within a day, I will unsend the message. Sure, is it mean to do? Is it attention seeking? Sure. But I know this person has time. I know they're on their phone. Just read the messages. But I guess the little blurb that I can say as well is that I performed the song live and you can find it on my channel. Because I was performing it. I played keyboard for it, and then singer Kaylee Smuts, she sang the vocals. I think that's her. I want to make sure I'm not butchering her name real quick. I'm going to double check just to make sure. This is live after all. I have no time for mess ups. Yep, Kaylee Smuts. Yep, really good singer and really talented. I'm glad she was able to sing the song because she did a much better version than I could have ever done. But I can put a link to that. Heck, I might also include her song in the description as well because she put out a single called Bless recently. But yeah, check it out. She's really talented. I'm glad that I was able to perform with her and collaborate with her. And honestly, I love collaboration. This album, unfortunately, is a solo effort, which you can tell because it's all me. I play everything, I wrote everything, but this is volume 1. I'm glad you listened, all 3 of you, but thank you so much. Coming soon, part 2.